Hey everyone, as you can see I'm at Stanley's Hill. Stanley's on the highway, we're at the rest area. Now some people even call this the historic hill, and that's for no historical reason at all. Well, it is, but it's misinforming people. Back in 1870, a young drover, 16 years old, was mustering sheep along, and a bad thunderstorm was approaching, and rather than camp on the black soil, he thought he'd camp up on the edge of the ridges. Well, he was struck by lightning and killed, him and the sheep. Now I've wandered this area, spent a couple of days out here. Of course it wasn't so green back then, you could see the ground a lot easier. Absolutely no sheep bones out here. I only ever found one down there where an old DMR camp was, and that was cut by a bandsaw. Now the Historic Society have put a plaque on this rock. This plaque marks the spot where Lightning Ridge got its name. I'm sorry, but this plaque does not mark the spot. Where the young man lost his life was actually 3 kilometres up the road. They put this here and claimed it as the spot where it happened because of the highway. Our history has been changed for the convenience of a rest area and road. Now this plaque's been here for decades. It's misinformed people for decades, and the Historic Society have a habit of this. They've got 3 plaques up and they misinform people. The Old Town plaque, that's next to a track, again, changing history for the convenience of a road. That plaque is 500 metres away from where the town was situated. The first shaft lookout, well, not the first shaft. The first shafts were dug by Jack Murray at a field called Nobby's. Jack Murray was the first recorded opal miner in 1901, 1902. So I don't know why they do this, but to get the story right, I put the boot in the tree. Now I've been putting bonnets and whatnot around on the very early fields, what year they were discovered, what famous stones were found there. I like to get our town's history straightened out. Now there's a book, the Opal Book, written by Frank Leachman. Frank Leachman interviewed people here in the very early days. His son was a miner here, built the mud hut in town. Now that's a credible source of information. He's got a map in his book, and that indicates that a spot up on the left hand side of the highway. We'll go up there and we'll put a sign up on the 4 mile turn off, and that'll give people a good idea on where it actually happened. I've also wandered around on that spot marked on Leachman's map. 2 days I walked around up there with my grandson Kingston, and there was only one spot, and the ground was absolutely covered in old sheep bones, and when you tried to pick them up they just crumbled to dust in your hands. They're that old. Like I said, I've walked around this ridge, both sides, couldn't find anything like that. Only up where that map is indicated. There's even a little bit of rusty tin there. I'm not sure why, but a tiny bit of rusty tin. It could have been where the young fellow camped. We'll do another video up there one day. A lot of my videos were deleted. Seems I've got a hater on Facebook and TikTok. I blocked that person that I thought was doing it, and my videos seem to stay there now. So, like I say, our history has been changed for the convenience of roads and tracks. If you want to be a historic society, please get the stories right. Okay, Stanley's up there from where that car's coming, a little over 1 kilometre away now. Now back in the 1870s, the road didn't swing around like it is there. It used to run straight up that way, and it ran that way for miles. And it's up there where the young fellow lost his life. Alright, there's our 4 mile sign. 4 miles straight up the road, highest point in the Lightning Ridge Township area. Now, back in the old days, 1870, before the highway was put in, there was no highway back then, it was just a little dirt track. That ran down there on the bottom of the slope, 250, 300 metres away. That is the spot indicated in the Leachman book, where the young bloke lost his life, way down there. So This will give people an idea where the 4 Mile turn-off is and where the young fellow lost his life. Thanks everybody.